love this book. Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken. That Bill Apter guy. Ah! It's me, and it's you. The day after the Royal Rumble, and I'm taping this just shortly before Monday Night Raw. People are saying, calling me today, tweeting me, emailing me, what did I think of the 2019 Royal Rumble and the matches that came before both Royal Rumbles. So I'm here to talk about that right now. My computer, my trusty Toshiba, is here, but it's much easier if I leave it down here to look at the results of the matches as they unfolded in order. And it's time now for me to go over those matches. And by the way, thank you all for listening to the Apter Chat, the podcast that I do with Josh So Says Chernoff. That's his Twitter handle. It is because he says so, of course. But that doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is the Royal Rumble and what happened at the Royal Rumble. So know your role, Josh. Why am I doing that? I have no clue. So let's start off with the kickoff match. The first one was the United States Heavyweight Championship. The champion coming in, of course, was Rusev, and he had hoped it was going to be Rusev Day, and he was there with his beautiful wife, Lana. The challenger, Shinsuke Nakamura. And Nakamura was able to wrestle the title away from Rusev. Shinsuke Nakamura is now the United States Heavyweight Champion. However, there was an injury to Lana during that match, and that would cause some real ramifications later on in one of the Royal Rumble matches. So congratulations to Shinsuke Nakamura, and pardon the top of my head as I look down here. The Cruiserweight title, I always love Cruiserweight matches because and any of you who really know me know that I've always had a passion for the flying guys. I don't know if you can see any of the masks here, but here's one of the masks that one of my favorite flying guys, Rey Mysterio, gave to me after he lost his mask in a feud, I believe, with Dean Malenko, and then he won it back and he gave it to my son Brandon and I. So thank you, Rey Mysterio. Let's get back to the matches here. So it was Kalisto, Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and champion Buddy Murphy. Very fast, action-packed match. I loved it. I really did. And Buddy Murphy wound up pinning Itami to retain the championship. I think Buddy Murphy is an incredible... they were all really good, but I think Buddy Murphy as champion is just amazing. He's just a great wrestler. He really is. The SmackDown Women's title. The big question was would Becky Lynch come out with Asuka's title, the SmackDown Women's title? And we all believed, we all swore up and down that there was no way, well, most of us did, that there was no way that Becky Lynch was not going to win the title from Asuka and go right on to WrestleMania. Well, those of us who thought that, me included, were wrong. The match started out a little uncomfortable, and then it really got its rhythm, and it turned out to be incredible. And well, let's see what I wrote here on exactly what I wrote on OneWrestling.com. Asuka won by submission, as we know. There was a lot of trading holds and broiling, but she used the Asuka lock, and she also bridged. It was an Asuka lock and a bridge combination. I've never seen that before. Very inventive, and both of them used the other's submission holds to no avail, but it was interesting to see that. But Becky was extremely distraught And you can imagine why, because we all thought that there's no way Becky wouldn't win this. All right, let's move on now to the SmackDown Tag Team title. I call them McMiz. McMahon and the Miz, McMiz, and very clever, right? Nobody else thought of that. And Miz's father was in attendance there to cheer on his son's team and the partnership with Shane McMahon. And I thought that Cesaro and Sheamus, the champions, were going to win this match. Well, I predicted that Shane and Miz were going to win, but I really thought when I was watching the match that there was going to be some dissension between the two of them. But they won the belts, and they are now the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Good match. Let's go to the this one, the WWE Women's title, the Raw title. The champion Ronda Rousey against the boss, Sasha Banks. Complete heartbreak for Sasha Banks. A hell of a match, very competitive. Both of them just showing incredible athleticism during the match. I was very impressed. But in the end, it was Ronda Rousey who became the victor, keeping her championship and proving that she is still the baddest woman on the planet. It was the Piper's Pit at the end, with Ronda pinning Sasha. A real tough loss for Sasha Banks. And you know what, though? I didn't lose any respect or anything for Sasha Banks, because she put on, again, I'm looking down at my computer if I'm not looking at you there. She just put on an absolutely amazing wrestling exhibition with Ronda Rousey. They were tough, they were technical, it was really good. The Women's Royal Rumble. So you know what? I'm gonna sit down for this one. All right, I'm coming back. It's a lot easier to deal with and read my results here when I'm eye level with you and and my trusty Toshiba. So the field at the end was Carmella, Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Bayley, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss. Becky came out to replace Lana, and that was the big surprise. Lana was injured, as I mentioned earlier on. Becky telling Agent Fit Finlay, that's who it was Fit Finlay, I want to get in there, let me get in there. He couldn't make a decision until the fans went crazy, so Becky took Lana's place, and it was also good to see Alexa Bliss back again. So in order, it was then Bliss throwing out Ember Moon, Carmella tossing out Bliss, Carmella ousted by Charlotte, who I thought was going to win this thing. Nia Jax tossed out Bayley. Then it was Nia Jax, that was my phone, Nia Jax, Becky, and Charlotte remained. Becky eliminated Nia Jax. Becky versus Charlotte, it came down to. Nia Jax injured Becky's left leg outside the ring. Becky returned to the ring. Charlotte kept working on the leg really viciously. Becky with an elbow lariat and a win, a surprise. Becky Lynch won the Women's Royal Rumble. So the heartbreak of not winning her championship match may be making it a lot easier, because she now can choose which champion she would like to face at WrestleMania. The SmackDown title, Daniel Bryan, the champion, against AJ Styles. I was expecting a brawl in this match, a real kick-ass knockdown drag-out brawl, and it turned into a wrestling match during most of this. And I think the fans were very confused that they were waiting for some extra violence in this match, and it just didn't happen. The big surprise, though, of course, was Eric Rowan coming down to the ring after the referee was KO'd, and he attacked AJ Styles. Referee awoke. Bryan was on top of Styles for the pin. Afterwards, they both attacked AJ Styles, and they posed very happily in the ring together. So we'll have to see on Raw tonight, depending upon when you're watching this, what the role of Eric Rowan's going to be. Did David topple Goliath, the Universal Championship? Finn Balor putting on a hell of a showing against Brock Lesnar, and I thought he was going to beat him. And Lesnar at one point, as you see, injured his abdomen, and he's had diverticulitis. I have too. I know what that's like. You don't want to get your abdomen re-injured. And I really thought at one point that this might be some sort of an upset. But Brock turned things around. Lesnar finally used the Kimura lock, and Finn tapped out. Brock attacked him with several suplexes after the match, and eventually an F5, a spoiled sport, Brock Lesnar, but he keeps the title. So who's he going to wrestle at the Royal Rumble? The Royal Rumble. Who did I pick to win? I said somehow Braun Strowman was going to win the Royal Rumble. He was going to find some way. So John Cena announced, of course, that Strowman is in, and I figured that was it. So to take you right to the end of the match, Strowman eliminated Andrade, and then Dolph Ziggler, who came back. Now it's Braun versus Seth Rollins, and I figured that's it. Rollins is out. Rollins eliminates Strowman, and Rollins wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar. Maybe, as they say, only time will tell. So that was my take on the 2019 Royal Rumble. Good show. The Women's Royal Rumble, a lot of women that I was not overly familiar with. The Men's Royal Rumble, I did really like the beginning of that with Elias and Double J, Jeff Jarrett, making his comeback. I would have liked to have seen a few more legends come in. I always liked that. When the Lucha Party came out, I was like, yeah, okay, No Way Jose. Right, when No Way Jose and his gang came out, it was like, okay. But it was a pretty good show, and anxious to see Monday Night Raw. So again, this is Bill Apter, down here at Apter's Alley. My book is Wrestling Fixed. I didn't know it was broken. It's still on sale. You can get it online at Amazon.com. You can go to your favorite bookstore and get it. I'm just looking for other things here that I recently I recently found this in a dollar shop. That's right, son. What? Okay, a little Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anyway, from Apter's Alley, this is Bill Apter. Don't forget to go to theapterchat.com and catch up on the podcast I do with Josh Chernoff. And I'm so looking forward to WrestleMania season. Josh and I will be at WrestleCon and at a lot of the other events around WrestleMania weekend. This is Bill Apter, and I know what you want me to say. I think you do. I'll see you, and you, and you, and you, and you at the matches. That's a wrap. All right, time to get out of Apter's Alley now and head up to the screening room to watch Monday Night Raw. Man, I wonder what's going to happen tonight.